Howdy doing? Justin, I'm back for blues lesson number 3, where we're going to be checking out 5 blues licks that use the minor pentatonic scale. So I've already explained to you that you can consider your licks to be the same as your words. So basically, you've had a look at the alphabet, or the alphabets that we use for blues playing. Hopefully you got those down. Now we're going to be talking about these 5 blues licks. Now they use bend. I think all of them use string bends. If you haven't ever done string bending before, you probably want to go and check out my lesson on string bending. Again, on the website, check out the technique area, and there's a whole lesson there on string bending. I am going to go through some of the basics of string bending during this lesson as well, but it'd be definitely worth listening to me gassing on about string bending for ages in order to make sure you get that technique down properly, because if you're going to play blues guitar, string bending is massively important. It's probably the biggest characteristic of the blues style, is these string bends and the different ways that you can do it. So basically the 5 words that we're going to check out, and I'll go through these with a close-up for you in a sec as well, so you can suss them out. The first lick we're going to learn is this little one that goes like. The second one is the little classic, kind of classic Hendrix style. So we had a little bit of a chat about that. The third one is this. Again, classic blues lick with 2 bends in it. And then lick number 4 is this. And lick number 5, we've got this. So all 5 of those are quite kind of standard licks, really. Most blues players will kind of have them in their repertoire. So I want you to get them into your repertoire. Not forgetting, of course, that you should be trying to get your blues licks not from videos from me, although I'm trying to give you some of the basic ones so you start to hear them on record. So when you're transcribing your solos, you go, oh gee, that sounds a lot like that 3rd lick Justin taught me. That kind of idea. So it'll help you at least recognize maybe some of the classic blues sounds, and I'm planning on doing a whole bunch of these blues lick videos. Let's go to a close-up and I'll show you these 5 licks. Okay, here we are for lick number 1. So lick number 1 is doing a full tone bend with your 3rd finger on the 8th fret, then a curl on the 8th fret, and then 1st finger. Now I'm adding a bit of vibrato on that. If you struggle with vibrato with the 1st finger for now, don't worry, that's pretty common, but have a go at it. Now, first thing, the first note is a big bend, right? It's a tone bend. And it should sound like this note here at the 10th fret. And the classic little exercise you should be doing to practice your bending is playing the note that you're bending from, the note you're bending to, go back and play the 1st note again, and then do the bend. So practice. Now, making sure as well that thumb is over the top, and remember that your bend should be from your arm. Don't be trying to bend like this with your fingers going up like that. That's just a way to get really crap technique, yeah? You've got to be using your hand, like you can see. You can see it's all kind of here. That's the movement, yeah? That's explained in my bending techniques video better than this. It's just a quick tutorial making sure that you get your bends at least reasonable for now. So, lick number 1, full bend, then curl, which is you play the note, leave it for a bit, and then just put a little bend at the end. And finishing there on that the root note, which is A, that's the 5th fret, in case you can't spot the markers and the sound. So now a lot of people struggle with trying to get that, how that first bend gets silenced, because it needs to get muted. When you bend this, my right hand is just dipping down to touch the strings. Muted, muted, And when I'm talking about the mute, I'm talking about my right hand, my picking hand. I don't want to try and show it to you now because it'll screw all my camera stuff up. So, but have a go. That's also explained on the video about how to mute that. So just remember, what you don't want is... It just sounds really funny, doesn't it? That kind of thing. I call them seagulls. You don't want that effect. You want mute, mute. Okay, so that's lick number 1. Okay, lick number 2. So this is again a tone bend. Checking your bending in tune. Now to get that vibrato, you see I'm pulling it with my, I'm not trying to pull it this way with my finger, I'm pulling it with my hand. And this, see the edge of my first finger is touching on the fingerboard. So that's how you're getting that, you see there? It's touching and then it's pulling like a lever. Of course I'm just spreading my fingers out so you can see what I'm doing. But by kind of pulling my hand backwards and forwards, that's how you get the vibrato, and that's part of that technique. Nice short little lick, that one. So that's lick number 2. Lick number 3. So this is the 7th fret bend. Then first finger is coming off a bit early and covering those 2 strings. And it's doing a little roll. If you're not familiar with rolling, you need to check out my video on rolling. Then bending the 8th fret, making sure you're getting your bends nicely in tune when you're starting out doing this. Again, bend, first finger, roll, 3rd finger, loads of licks stem off that one, so that's a good one. Okay, next lick we've got lick number 3. No, sorry, lick number 4. I'll get it right in a minute. So now we're doing that same bend that we just had in the last one, 8th fret bending so it sounds like the 10th fret. And look, that's the same note. And here I'm using a flick off. Bend. First finger. Pick. Flick it off. And then bend again. Yeah, so. Okay, and last of all, we've got this lick. First finger, 3rd finger, flick off to first, 3rd, first finger, and we got a little curl on that. This time we curl up. First, roll, then it's a roll. Try and get those fingers out of the way. And then 3rd finger on the root note. That's just the end of it. That's your first 5 blues licks. I'm going to talk a little bit more about bending, string bending in the next lesson. Yeah, get a start on that. Make sure you get your bending in tune. Try and get those 5 licks down. Next lesson will be about bending. Then after that we're going to start talking about how to use your new licks. See you soon, dudes. Bye.